Hey guys, it's Andrew. I'm back with another coffee chat and I'm hanging out with one of the co-founders of Hair She Grows, Natasha.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
I'm awesome. Thank you so much.
We're back in her backyard, poolside, in what she calls the jungle. Talk about the jungle. What is going on? Because you have a lot of trees back here.
Yes, it's a little spice of everything back here. I've got a little mango tree growing. I've got grapefruit and orange. I have a plum tree over on the side.
Wait, a plum tree?
Yes.
Where? I didn't see that.
Oh, I didn't show you the plum tree.
She has a plum tree. This is like your little slice of heaven back here.
It really is. I love being outside. I think it's close. I get closer to God when I'm outside.
That's a true island woman there.
Yes.
Okay, Natasha's from Jamaica, in case you didn't know. So she's kind of replicated Jamaica back here with the help of the former resident in her home. So the former owner planted all these.
Was a Jamaican woman. So she planted a lot of these things, and that's one of the reasons why I fell in love with this house.
Okay, so what I usually do is start off coffee chat with a segment of this or that. So I'm going to give you two things, and all you have to do is pick which one you want.
Okay.
You didn't know about this one?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so here we go. Coffee or tea?
Oh, tea.
Definitely?
Yes,
you have tea in your cup right now?
I have tea in my cup right now.
Okay, cooking or fast food?
Oh, neither. Someone cooking for me. Home cooked meals cooked by somebody else.
But not fast food.
But not fast food.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Mac or PC?
Mac.
Really?
Yes.
You do like Mac.
I do like Mac, but I have an Android phone. I don't do iPhone.
Okay. Pen or tablet?
Oh gosh, pen.
Yeah.
Yep, I like to write.
Okay, braids or a twist out?
Twist out.
Really?
Yes.
I don't think I've ever seen you with braids though.
I don't think I've ever had braids as
really?
an adult.
As an adult?
Yes, as a kid I have, but like once or twice. Nothing really a lot.
Okay. Glasses or contacts?
Oh, glasses.
Me too.
Yes. I did contacts when I was a lot younger. I just don't
A
do
lot
it
younger, what does that mean? You're not old.
Well, high school I did contacts, college I did contacts, and then after that I was just like, okay,
let me just stick with glasses.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay, Jamaica or the United States?
What? Jamaica.
Really?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, water or juice?
Water.
Really?
Yeah.
Does that explain the clear skin there?
I guess. I don't know. I just drink a lot of water. Juice, I mean, it's nice, but not all the time.
Not all the time?
It's once in a while. When you're eating certain things, you need juice.
Okay, so I figured you would say water, so here's the next question. Bottled water or filtered water?
Oh, bottled. And
really?
It has to be, bottled water, and it has to be, not spring water, but like that purified water.
See, I like spring water.
Ooh, no.
I like a good, like, Zephyr Hills. So good. No. It has to be purified?
Purified, reverse osmosis. I know that they're just getting it from, some kind of crazy...
Yes.
I know they're getting it.
Yes, it is. That's why it's purified.
And then it's purified. I don't know why. I just prefer the taste. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Yeah. So not distilled water either? Because that's seawater that they distill down to.
I prefer the reverse osmosis.
Okay.
I don't know what it is.
Okay, SUV or car?
SUV.
Okay, leather or pleather?
Leather.
Okay.
I know it's not, it's animal rights and stuff, I know.
But it feels better?
I think it lasts longer.
Oh, that's true.
As it ages, it looks better.
Okay, that is true.
It's just plastic.
That is true. It's plastic.
It doesn't look as good.
Okay, chalkboard or a dry erase board?
Dry erase. Even though I used to, as a kid, love chalkboards, and I used to eat chalk. Like
what?
I don't know what it was. You just eat a little piece of the chalk.
A little piece of the chalk?
Yes.
I mean, it is calcium carbonate, so it's
so
not like
it's
gonna...
maybe I back then or something. I don't know, but I had to eat a piece of the chalk.
Okay, math or science?
Science.
Nobody likes math.
No.
Why?
No, I don't know.
Do you have a math horror story?
My creative brain. Valencia, I think I took math like 3 times, and I think it was just hard, and the professor towards the end just, felt really bad for me and was like, all right, let me get this girl out of my class. I'm tired of seeing her.
And you took the same instructor?
I always end up, with the same instructor.
Oh, wow. Okay. Tony Braxton or Tamar Braxton?
Tony.
Yeah.
The original.
Yeah. Okay, soca or reggae?
Reggae.
Reggae?
Yes.
Last one, clear liquor or brown liquor?
Clear liquor, I guess, because I like coconut rum.
Okay.
Brown liquor, I don't know anything about it.
So, it'll mess you up?
I've never even tried it, really.
Really?
Yeah.
So you stick to clear?
Stick to clear.
Okay. That's kind of like, Natasha has 2 dogs, if you don't know.
Yes,
one of them is white, a white Bichon, and the other one is like a black and brown. What is Charlie?
He's a Yorkie.
Charlie's a Yorkie?
He's the one who's barking because he has to be in the middle of everything.
So, clear or brown, do I take the white dog or the black and brown dog?
The white dog all day.
That's because that's your
he's
baby.
Quiet. You see, he's not the one barking. He's chill.
Okay. The one that's barking is
a little Yorkie, and he's just,
doing too much.
Doing the most.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks for playing.
Okay.
Hey guys, it's Live with Andrew Brown. I'm hanging out today with the co-founder of Hair She Grows, Natasha. Hey Natasha.
Guys.
So Natasha, we were talking about you're originally from Jamaica, and did that have anything to do with being like a naturalista, preferring natural hair, or did you discover that on your own?
I don't think it had anything to do with it. My family's from Jamaica. I was the first one born in the United States.
Oh, okay.
But no, being natural was something that came about when I got pregnant with my first daughter. I just didn't feel right relaxing my hair. Even though they said you could still relax your hair, there's not going to be any issues. I just didn't feel right putting the chemical on my scalp and on my hair, because I did know that it does seep in through your body.
Correct, it does.
So it just didn't sit well with me, and so I stopped doing it then.
Okay.
I didn't know anything about going natural. I just stopped relaxing my hair.
Well, how old is your daughter?
My daughter is 16 now.
Okay. Yeah, well, almost 20 years ago, it wasn't like this big industry.
It was not. Yeah. It was just, I just stopped relaxing my hair. The stylist that I had at the time, she was like, I don't know anything about natural hair. I don't know anything about that. What I can do for you is I can have it where I keep like pressing your roots. So as my hair grew out, she would just flat iron. Okay. And she would took a hot comb. She would take a hot comb and she would just hot comb my hair. And she's like, that's the most I can do for you. And so I was like, well, let's do that. So I did that for my entire pregnancy. And then towards the end of my pregnancy, I was like, okay, when I go to the hospital, I don't want to sweat out my roots and my hair be all just a mess. So I put some 2-strand twists in my hair. Okay. I had some extensions in my hair for the pregnancy. And so I did that. And then after I gave birth, it was like, okay, now what? Do I go back to relaxing the hair? And I just decided not to do that anymore. Okay. So it's been about 16 years. Yeah, about 17, because it was like maybe 9 or 10. The 9 months pregnancy. Yeah, it's about almost 17 years. Okay, so now, did that influence you to found Hair She Grows? Where did that come about? Okay, so Hair She Grows is a recent brand. Okay. That we started about 3 or 4 years ago. Okay. At the time, I worked in corporate America with my current business partner, Donna. We worked together. And we would always talk about just, as naturals, there weren't a lot of us, but we would always have to go to Atlanta to get information. And it was like, oh my gosh, wouldn't it be nice if we didn't have to go to Atlanta for a hair show? Why can't there be one here? And so when the market went crazy and we worked in the timeshare industry, we were all laid off, myself and Donna, and we figured, now's the time to do what we've always thought we would do. Okay. And it started off as like, maybe we'll do a workshop or a class, and then it just became this expo type of thing. And it was just pretty much the Natural Hair and Beauty Expo. And Hair She Grows developed from that because we wanted to make it a brand. We wanted to make it where it wasn't so generic. Right. Because there's so many natural hair and beauty expos out there. We wanted to have a definite brand for the event. Okay. And that's how it started. Yeah. Okay. And then talk about what Hair She Grows has evolved into now, because it's far from just a workshop. Yeah, it's definitely far from just a workshop. It is, workshops, it's vendors, it's really a lot of education, natural hair education. Being natural, things change all the time, where there's a constant struggle to maintain your hair, to somewhat keep it from getting dry and brittle. there's so many issues, and so we always want to encourage other people to stay natural or to at least experience the journey. So I think we're about empowerment. It's not even about natural hair per se, because we always say we start with the hair and we go from there. So our workshops, we do health workshops, finance workshops, business workshops, all sorts of things. It's just a day for us all to get together and just celebrate who we are.
Hey guys, welcome back. Live with Andrew Brown, hanging out with Natashia, co-owner of Hair She Grows. And recently, California, New York have all passed laws, or they're passing laws to ban discrimination with natural hair. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's amazing. I think the discrimination really and truly, I don't even think it's with natural hair per se. I think it's more so, well, it's natural hair, but I think it's more so dreadlocks.
Okay.
I think locks are the biggest issue, and they're one of the most discriminated looks. There's just a stereotype about people with dreadlocks that I think we need to, at this point, ban.
Okay.
So it's good that they're banning this, but I also think there's a lot of companies who have that in their policy that, no dreadlocks. And I kind of like that they have it in their policy, which sounds bad, but for me, I know where you stand, and I don't want to work for you.
Gotcha.
Versus you don't have it in your policy, and then someone hires me accidentally because they don't know that, corporate really doesn't like that.
Gotcha.
And then I'm a target at work.
Gotcha.
Because of my hair.
Gotcha.
I know in Florida, there's a lot of companies that specifically say in their policy there's no dreads. I've applied for positions at the company, and the first thing I saw was their dress code, and it said no dreadlocks. And I said, that's not a company that I want to work for anyway, because I think when you say no dreadlocks, it's your way of saying there's a certain people that typically wear dreadlocks.
Right.
Even if there's a small minority that wear locks, I don't think that's who they're targeting.
Okay.
I think they're targeting us. And for me, it just doesn't sit well with me.
Okay. If Florida were to pass a resolution like that, or a law banning discrimination for natural hairstyles, what would that mean for your daughters? Because they are natural. Yeah,
I don't know if that would mean anything. Because honestly, I feel like these companies that are discriminating, I think they're going to find another reason not to hire you.
Okay.
And they're not going to tell you what that reason is anyway.
Did not expect that answer.
I feel like I think they're using hair as a
scapegoat almost.
Okay. But I think then they'll just look at you and they'll just not give you the job.
Okay. But now you've had 2 daughters. What about if you had a son? Same thing? It wouldn't mean anything for your son?
I think companies that aren't going to hire you are not going to hire you. If they're not going to hire you for your locks, they're not going to say, well, we can't discriminate against him because of his locks, so hire him or her. I think they're going to find some other reason not to hire you. So I do think it's important. I'm all about starting businesses and being your own business owner. So I would love my children to go down that path, but I think it's also nice because I've worked in corporate for so many years to have that experience, have that background, to see how things are done in corporate America. Because I think it's experience that you need. But I think what God has for you is for you.
True.
Regardless of any laws or discrimination or whatever, what you're supposed to have, you're supposed to have.
Gotcha. Okay, we'll be right back. Hey guys, welcome back. It's Live with Andrew Brown. Still hanging out with Natashia.
Hey there.
Co-owner of Hair She Grows. And during the break, we were talking about corporate America. And you've been in corporate America a long time. Talk about that.
Yeah, since 1999.
Oh, wow.
I started in corporate America. I started at Nemours Children's Clinic.
Okay.
And when I left there, it was about 7 years later, and I was their PR and marketing manager.
Okay.
This was way before they even had a hospital. I worked for them. I worked for Hilton Grand Vacations and their corporate communications.
Okay.
I worked for Florida Hospital Home Infusion. And then lastly, I worked my Florida Regional MLS as their social media manager.
Okay.
I worked there about 7 years. So I have quite a few years under my belt
in
corporate America. I love now that I work for myself and the freedom that I get in terms of my time, what I wear to work, where I get to work. I appreciate all that.
So it took you a while, but how did you start out? You graduated and then just got a job like regular, or?
Yeah, I did. I graduated, and then it took me like maybe 4 months to really find a job that I wanted that was in my field. And I found that job, and then I just kind of stuck with it and moved up the ranks as far as I could go. And then I moved into a different industry because I was in the healthcare industry for so long. So when you're right out of college and you just have one thing under your belt, I felt like I wanted to do marketing and corporate communications, not just in healthcare. I wanted to have different industries under my belt.
Gotcha. And then how did you end up doing social media management? Because it's kind of the same communications, writing the copy, but...
It is. I started on with the company actually as a corporate communications specialist.
Okay.
And at that time, you know, I started on with just writing and doing the corporate communications, blogging, memos, internal communications.
And what year was that? Did you start?
Oh my goodness. Maybe 2006.
Okay, so that was a while, like before Twitter boomed out.
Yeah, before all of. I mean, when I started with this company, social media was there, but it wasn't as big.
Right.
Maybe it was 2010.
Wasn't as vital, you'd say?
Yeah, it wasn't. Companies were just getting on and just starting it.
Gotcha.
So when I started with the company, that wasn't even part of my role. It was part of my role, but it wasn't a big part of my role.
Okay.
And then as I stayed with the organization and social media became such a great tool for businesses, that was something that was put on my plate. And then it rolled into the social media manager position.
Gotcha.
So it was something that just as time grew and, you know, the business grew and the business needs grew.
Right.
I just started doing it.
Okay. So thinking back, how has the industry changed? Talking about social media, management, how has all of that changed in the past 5 years?
Oh my gosh. I think everything changes so quickly. Even 5 years ago, I think your reach was better when you made an organic post.
That's very true.
I think organic was like killing it back then.
It was golden.
Yes. Now, not so much. It's a pay to play. And then even when you do pay, you don't get much play.
Okay.
So I think that has changed. And then I think it's also, we're in a area now of social proof.
Okay.
Where
Talk about that. What does that mean?
If your friends are talking about it, if, you know, you go, the first thing you see something, your first thing you go to on social media. Let me see what social media is saying. Like social media verifies something for you.
That's true.
It's like, oh, I saw it on Facebook, or I saw it on Instagram.
Must be true.
It must be true. Or, oh, it's legit. They have this many followers on Instagram, so they must be legit.
Okay.
So back then it wasn't really like that. It was actually just real, true content that you were just doing it to get the word out. You weren't really doing it for subscribers or followers.
Right.
So things have really changed now.
Okay. And just thinking about the past year, because things have completely changed in 1 year. The industry moves so fast.
Yeah, it does.
How has it changed in just 1 year?
Well, I think this year alone, influencers, it's all about the influencers, really and truly. And everyone is trying to be an influencer. So I think we're all going down that path with brands, more brands using influencers for influencer marketing.
Right.
I think we're going to continue to see that until that fizzles out to a point where you're like, okay, I know you're getting paid to say this, so am I really going to trust everything that you say?
Gotcha.
So I'm not really sure how that's going, but I definitely see that trend.
Okay. When do you think it's going to fizzle out?
I don't know. I say maybe 3 or 4 years.
Oh, so that people have time.
People have time.
But you have a backup plan.
I think you should have a backup plan, and I think as you are growing as an influencer for other companies, I think you should also be building your own personal brand.
True.
And have something behind that personal brand that you can either sell or promote that's yours.
True. Okay. So what you guys don't know is Natashia is secretly one of my social media gurus. So I'm really good about social media. I've done social media management for a retailer here in Florida, and so has Natashia. And anytime I have some idea or something, the first person I call, Natashia, what do you think about this? And she's like, yeah, do it. Or, be careful. I don't really know about that. How much is consultation played in your role as a social media manager for when you were doing it? Were you really consulting, or was it really just managing brand image?
I was really, I was in it. I was creating the content, managing the brand's image, responding to customers and consumers.
Okay.
Really creating that voice for the company. So that's really what I did.
Gotcha.
I didn't do a lot of, I wasn't an influencer. I didn't really, on my own personal social media, it wasn't really a big thing. It really was just the company.
The company. That's true. And I found that to be quite true often as well. When you work in social media for someone else, you put all of your time in there, and then your own, brand or your own image, put it on the wayside, put it on the back burner, because you don't really have time to focus on that. But now that you're a full-time entrepreneur, you find that you have that time to really put in.
I don't know. Now I feel like as a full-time entrepreneur, I work on the business.
Okay.
And growing the business. So even when it comes to social media, I'm like, ooh. nature calls. Even when it comes to social media now, I've spent so much time on the back end of the business, doing the business, because before all I had to do was the front end of the business, was the social.
Yeah.
It wasn't my business. So all the back end stuff was being taken care of by someone else.
Gotcha.
So now by the time it comes to social media, I'm like, oh, okay, I've got to do that as well.
Gotcha.
So even for me, I have to remember that I still have to build that brand. I still have to build my own personal brand as well. So it's something that I do, struggle with in terms of the time commitment.
Okay. We'll be right back. Hey guys, welcome back. Still hanging out with Natasha from Here She Grows.
Hey there.
And 2 questions for you. Okay. How important is social media in a business's structure right now?
Oh my gosh, I think it's super important. Companies know that it's really important. They're spending so much of their marketing budget for social media. I feel like if you're not on social media, you really don't exist. Because people, like I said before, people run to social media to, see what you're out there putting on your social media. I think it's a way for you to get the word out. Even though it is a pay-for-play platform, I think the cost to play isn't really as bad as the other marketing channels and advertising channels.
Especially radio, like the traditional,
Yeah, so the cost to play it's not as bad and so I think for small businesses, it's so important. It really and truly is.
Now, let's talk about the bad side. What do you hate about that profession? Because I have a list of my own, but what's one thing that you just cannot stand about social media marketing, management? Because you've done both.
Okay, so I'm not going to say I hate it. I really strongly dislike people who feel the need to leave negative comments.
Okay.
If you don't like something, keep scrolling. There is really I think everyone feels like, oh, I've got to leave my opinion and I've got to leave this long dissertation and argue with you on social media. Like, really, it's not that serious. It really, like, people take this a little too serious.
They do.
And I'm like, it says a lot more about you that you have to sit there and go back and forth and argue with people.
Okay.
And I think, these keyboard, that they're behind their keyboard and they're just like writing all this stuff that they wouldn't say to your face. So I think that's really something I just don't like. Then there's people who, buy followers.
We're starting to see some adverse reaction about that.
Yep. People who have purchased their followers. And then they want to go to a brand and be like, hey, I want to be your, you're an influencer for you.
Right.
And then you look on their page and they have all these followers and their engagement is so low. And you're like, well, your engagement is ridiculous. Like, where's your followers? Are they actually engaging with you?
Right.
So a lot of times what I don't like is people just really out here for the followers, the numbers.
Gotcha.
And people can really get obsessed with, oh my gosh, look how many followers I have, or oh my gosh, this didn't get that many likes. And I think we really should just focus on quality content. Just honest, quality content, and let that speak for itself.
And it does speak for itself. I think just in general, when you post something that has a lot of quality behind it, you know that your audience is really going to resonate. It does its own traction. It's kind of going to pick up that organic feel, and people are just going to circulate it through on their own.
That's so true. And then some things that, I think social media is also good in seeing what does not work.
True.
You can put something out there that you think, I love this, and I know they're going to latch onto this, and it doesn't go anywhere. And that can be an indicator for you to maybe tweak some things in your business. So there's a good and a bad to social media. I just want to would like it to be more positive.
Gotcha. Now, did you hear, yesterday I put something up on my stories, go look at my stories, and Instagram is testing that feature where they're going to change and get rid of the likes on your posts.
Yep.
What do you think about that? Is that needed? Is that waste of time?
I don't know. Like, I'm not a big person with the likes so much, but I think for people who are looking to find out the engagement, as if I'm a brand and I'm coming to your page to find out what kind of engagement you're getting and I can't see the likes, I think they have to replace that with something else so that brands can kind of test engagement.
Gotcha. All right, we'll be right back. Hey guys, welcome back. Live with Andrew Brown, hanging out with Natasha. And we were just laughing about the break. I love your shirt, Supernatural.
Oh, thank you so much.
Where'd that come from?
Just Dope Tees is my t-shirt line that I just
That's yours?
It is. It certainly is. And I always feel like, you know, I love being natural. I love being a mom. I love doing all these things that just make me me. And I feel like I just feel so supernatural. So this was one of my shirts.
Okay.
Available now, justdopetees.com. So
what else do you have up there?
Creative Being is one of my other shirts that I have. And that's just because in this industry that we work in, we have to be creative all day. And I think so we're more than just human beings. We are creative beings. And I think everyone has that creativity in them, whether it's for social media, whether it's art, music. I think we're all just creative beings living on this awesome planet Earth. I also have a shirt that launched recently. It says "Watch Me Win."
Okay.
And that one is a gospel song that inspired that one. It's like talks about every time you see me, you're gonna see me winning. You know, just that victory. And I think that we always look for people to lose. We're always looking for them to, they're not gonna be able to do that. They're not gonna watch them. And I just want to say, watch me win.
Gotcha.
You know, where I'm at right now is all temporary. But in the end, I'm going to win. And winning is so many different things for so many different people. But my Watch Me Win t-shirt is that when I wear that, I'm always like, yes, watch me do this today. Watch what I'm going to do.
Just watch.
Just watch me.
Gotcha. So. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, Natasha.
Thank you, Andrew, at your for having me.
Lovely home with all
in the jungle.
In the jungle. Okay, talk about some of these plants because you have this. Is that pink or purple?
It's like a fuchsia, hot pink. It's my bougainvillea, and it's a wild one. So it goes everywhere. It's just a jungle back there.
And what else do you have? Because you're saying you had. Take me to this plum tree. Where's the plum tree?
The plum tree is on the other side of the house.
Other side. Well, let's go over there.
We'll go over there.
We'll go over there. So you have. What is it again? What's the name of that one again?
Bougainvillea.
Bougainvillea. And then what else do you have?
I have an ackee tree.
Oh.
An orange and a grapefruit tree, and a very small mango tree. And then over in the corner they're called, I guess, sunflowers, but they're a different type of sunflower.
Okay, let me let's take a look at that. Sunflowers. Where are they? Over here?
Yeah, behind your over your shoulder.
Where some of the chairs are.
Yeah, up top you can kind of see them.
Okay. Sunflowers.
They're I think they're called. I hate to even say this. They're called Mexican sunflowers.
Are you serious?
When I looked it up, that's what it said. And I was like, I don't know if I want to.
Call it Mexican.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what they're called, I think. Okay. Don't quote me, y'all. Don't quote me. And I'm not trying to be, you know. But that's what I saw. And someone told me also that they were called Mexican sunflowers. They're really tall. They're very beautiful.
Yeah.
I cut them back every year because they can be a little invasive. And they keep coming back. So they're beautiful now, and I love them.
But then you got to control them.
But then you do have to control them. Just as with the bougainvillea, you have to control it.
Gotcha.
It has thorns.
Ooh.
So it's really hard to control.
Ooh, it looks pretty, but it's a little...
It's beautiful, and I would love to cut it back. But because of the thorns, I kind of let it just do its own thing.
We have to control that.
I know, Andrew. When you come next time, you can take care of that for me.
Listen, I used to, my mom used to have a banana and a plantain tree, and those things grow so tall. And I remember I used to have to go in and like clip this and clip that down, and it would like fall on me. And so I know about that, but we'll see. Well, let me see what I can do for you.
Okay, all right.
Thanks for hanging out.